A sword family that dominates half of the world is the Reincarnated family. A renowned sword family whose members are born with both a strong physique and exceptional talent has ruled over the world with overwhelming force. Combat, conquer, and control. These three virtues are the law of the jungle. That's the family that MC is born into. MC's name is Jin Reincarnated, and he is the youngest son of the Reincarnated family. In the selection ceremony, where each child's future is predicted, he selected the Patriarch's sword. He was a child destined to become the Patriarch, as he had thought that his future would only be full of success and fame. He had zero talent for swordsmanship. The others brushed off to say, "How can someone from the Reincarnated family be of that louse?" He was called Reincarnated's embarrassment and disgrace, someone far below the average in the Reincarnated family, and the worst of the Reincarnated. He was approached by his twin brothers, asking if he was swinging that useless wooden sword again. They asked where that special sword could be, as they wondered where the Barasada is. Why is he swinging the wooden sword? They kicked him down to bully him, making him fall, as they called him a useless bastard. MC tried to get his sword, but his hand was crushed down by his brother. They taunted him, saying, "Do you think studying a bit of swordsmanship theory would make him any less useless? This is why guys who are useless should never be given any chances. If chances are given to them, they fail to know their place and keep holding on to that hope." They crushed down the sword, and the notes to bits and pieces. MC cried out to say that they didn't need to do that, but the brother held him by his hair, asking if they were doing this for his sake, and why he was talking back. Is that what his nanny taught him to do? MC tried to say that Gilly had nothing to do with this. The brother smirked to say that they needed to teach him a lesson. After his brother's bullying of his pathetic, non-existent talent, he didn't care about them at all. He just needed to work hard, and if he worked hard, he would gradually receive recognition from his family and become a part of the Reincarnated. That's what he truly believed. But one day, he was banished from the family. As he stood upon the gate in despair, he was told that since his efforts were commendable, they would spare his life. That was how he got banished from the family at the age of 25, and started wandering around aimlessly. That was around the time he met his master, and that's when he knew that he did have a talent. Not just that, the very thing his family considered taboo, magic, is what he had a talent for. 3 years after that, MC diligently carried out his research to connect the mana that existed in nature and the magician's mana to recover mana. As he was engulfed in black smoke, someone from behind asked for him. He introduced himself as Soldaret, the master of all shadows. He tells MC he would propose a contract to him as the god of shadows. If he made a contract with him, not only would he be able to use shadow energy, he would also be able to negate all curses. He noticed that his contractor seemed to have had a grudge held against him since childhood, as he hadn't been able to use his full potential due to a tribal curse. He elaborated that it was a curse known as Bladed Illusion, which suppresses talent for the blade. It must have been a terrible curse for a Reincarnated. He says that it might have been the reason why he was so captivated by him. From this moment forth, no curses would be able to bring harm upon him anymore. Curse was dispelled. He said that all left for him is to become an extraordinary magic swordsman, and he would enjoy watching over him. The shadows moved out as MC took out his sword and used his sword skills. MC noticed that every time he picked up his sword, he was able to reach new heights. He thought that the sword was light, and it was like it didn't weigh anything at all. Felt like he was swinging his arms. The worst in the history of the Reincarnated family. MC thought that his hard work had come to fruition. Far apart, a couple of soldiers were watching over him. The scene shifted as MC woke up injured, wondering where he was. His body felt heavy for some reason, as he was scrunched down by debris. He asked for help, thinking that he couldn't believe he died while sleeping. Was this because he was useless after all? Did he not have even a chance to use the magic and power of Soldaret that he finally obtained? If it was going to be like this, why was he given a chance? As he died, the scene shifted. MC found himself around the people in his family. He thought, what's going on? As he definitely died, his nanny asked to cheer him up. MC saw the sword Barasada in front of him. He realized that he was at the selection ceremony. He had returned to the past as the 1-year-old baby Jin Runkandel. He had picked the sword by chance in his previous life, but as MC touched Barasada, the surrounding family members couldn't believe that the youngest master had chosen the Patriarch's sword. MC decided that in this life, he would choose it intentionally. As the family members can't believe that the Patriarch's sword has been chosen, Patriarch says that the youngest has selected Barasada, and the selection ceremony is over. He orders him to move the youngest to the Storm Castle. 6 years later, in the Storm Castle, it's heavily raining, and MC is in the library. He thinks that it has been 6 years since he came to the Storm Castle. According to the family rules, he has to stay locked in here until he's 10 years old, so he has 3 more years left. As he thinks that he is bored, he hears a scream outside. A maid is taken aback as she says that there is a dead bird in his room. MC realizes that the only ones who do this in the Storm Castle are his twin brothers. They laugh on the side as they say that it's too bad the maid found it first. One of them is Daytona, and the second one is Haytona. Both are his twins. They ask how their gift is, and if he is moved to tears. MC knows that those two would become notorious murderers once they became flag bearers, but brats who just turned 9 killed an innocent bird just to torment him. The twins taunt him, saying that he doesn't actually have to cry. They ask if the great man who has chosen the destiny of the Patriarch will not even acknowledge the likes of him. They ask where he has left his Barasada. As Haituna lunges to punch him, MC stops it, saying to shut up. MC overwhelmingly penetrates him down, saying that he held it until now, but he can't take it anymore. He crunches him down, saying that from now on, it would be in their best interest to stay out of his sight as much as possible. From behind, Khan comes down. Khan asks what in the world had happened, for which MC says that they just started fighting and collapse. Khan thinks that, as expected of a Runkandel, even a child is furious. Khan says he understands and will take them to the doctor, which MC denies, saying that there's somewhere they need to go. He asks him to follow him. MC buries the bird and puts the twins alongside it. Khan asks if it's going to be okay to just leave them here, as the rainstorm is going to get stronger soon. MC says that they need to be made aware of just what they have done, as he looks at him with fierce eyes. Khan abides by his orders. Khan thinks that force definitely wasn't normal, and he decides that he must report this to the Patriarch as he leaves. MC sees all of this and thinks that he knew it. Khan is heading off to report to his father. Khan is their guardian knight. He is also an observer. Since that must have looked like magic in Khan's eyes, he surely couldn't just leave it be. Shadow energy is the proof of his contract with Soldaret, and thanks to this power, he found out that his contract with him is valid even in this life. Thanks to curse immunity, a perk of being Soldaret's contractor, he was able to avoid the bladed illusion. The dunce, Jin Runkandel, no longer exists. From now on, many things will differ from his previous life, and what's left now is meeting father. As Khan reports it to the Patriarch, Patriarch says that the youngest beat the Toon twins. He orders Khan to assemble the flag bearers, as he will have to go see the youngest. One of the brothers informs me that all 7 flag bearers of Runkandel and the 200 knights under them have been assembled. The Patriarch, along with MC's brothers and sisters, assembled as they moved on to depart for the Storm Castle. One of the sisters, namely Mary Runkandel, asks her brother Diffus if he knows anything. She asked Luna earlier, but she didn't think she knew either. Mary says that she was busy beating up some mages. Diffus says that the Tuna twins will be out of the Storm Castle by next year, so he doubts it would be about them. He asks, "Don't she think he is coming to see our youngest?" As he chose the Patriarch's sword during the selection, Mary realizes, saying, "Right, he did, but would that alone be enough reason for him to come back?" Diffus says that there is no way they will know what father is thinking. Luna asks them to keep quiet. Mary thinks that father went as far as coming back to see him personally and wonders if he is really that useful. The scene shifts as Gilly is dressing up MC, saying that the Patriarch is coming to see them. Maybe he's coming to see his children, for which MC thinks that Khan must have told father everything. Khan is a rather inflexible person, so he wouldn't have drawn the conclusion that he was using magic. He probably reported everything exactly as he saw it. The youngest son used a power that wasn't magic or aura. Father is coming back to check what that power would be and to see if that power or he could be an asset for the future and prosperity of the clan. As the patriarch enters the gate, he is bowed to by numerous soldiers. He orders the soldiers to bring the tuna twins. He asks them if he heard they got into an altercation with MC, and what was their fault was in the altercation. They excuse themselves, saying that they have no fault. Jin was the one who hurt them with an unknown power. It was an aura, and it looked like magic. They whisper, saying that magic is forbidden. They try to put the blame on MC, saying that they should interrogate him before he hides his tracks. Their father asks them to etch this into their hearts. They will not be able to survive in the Runcandle family like this. He stares at them as he orders them to bring MC. MC, seeing the twins, thinks that his father, Chiron Runcandle, is far stronger and colder than anyone he has ever known, the strongest there is in this era with the status of demigod. A Genesis Knight who once was no different from ordinary people. After he attained the status of demigod, he lost almost all of his human emotions and became an existence with nothing left to him but his obsession with the family and its prosperity. As someone with no talent for swordsmanship, to his father, he may as well not have existed. But this time is different. In this life, he will make sure that no one will be able to disregard him. As he opens the door to enter the hall, he bows down to greet the patriarch. Chiron asks why he called him patriarch and not father, for which MC says that his brothers and sisters and the guardian knights, over 100 members of the clan, visited today. Because of that, he concluded that his visit must be an official one. That is why he chose to refer to him in that way. Chiron says that is a satisfying answer. He tells him that he has visited the castle for a different reason today, though he should refer to him as father for now. He asks him the same question that he asked his brothers. What wrong did his brothers commit in his altercation? MC says that it's revenge, and if one is a member of the Runcandle family, they must always return what they have been given, whether that be grace or resentment. Chiron takes a brief pause, asking everyone except the youngest in the room to leave. The soldiers think that the youngest son has passed the patriarch's test. MC's mother asks them not to just stand around, as it's the patriarch's order. As they move out, Mary thinks that a one-on-one talk with father and the little guy is not that bad. Chiron says that he sent everyone away because he has a few questions only for him. The Tuna twins mention that he used a special power. The Runcandles strictly forbid the usage of magic, because one isn't able to achieve the pinnacle of swordsmanship. They train in magic. What is the power that he is using? If it were magic, he would not allow this to pass lightly. MC says that as long as father knows about this power, he won't ignore it. As MC says, he is not sure about what this power is. It is neither magical nor aura, so he was wondering what to call it. If he doesn't mind, he would like him to bestow a name upon it. Chiron gets a flinch, as this is the power that the Runcandle's founder possessed. It's shadow energy. Chiron thinks that this might mean that the child is destined to be the head of the family. Chiron says that it's right. That is the power of Soldaret, the god of shadows. He elaborates that Soldaret made a contract with the founder of the Runcandle family, Lord Tamar, and is the god who helped find their family. But since Lord Tamar passed away, Soldaret has not appeared before the Runcandles. He doesn't know the reason for that, but it seems Soldaret is trying to return to the Runcandles through MC. MC asks if he's curious about one thing. That person, the god Soldaret, is he stronger than him? Chiron thinks about it and says that he doesn't know since he has never fought a god before. MC is taken aback, thinking that it truly is what the strongest man on earth would say. Chiron, while patting MC, says that it was a good question. His innocent question has become a topic of great interest to him, and he thinks that coming to see him today was a good decision. He asks one question in return. How does MC want to use that shadow power? MC says that he wants to use this power for the sake of the family. Chiron laughs at saying what an amusing lie it is. He reminds MC that he beat down his older brothers, abandoned them in the storm, and now claims he wants to use that power for the family. He tells MC to tell his father the truth. MC grits his fist, thinking that, as expected, father isn't going to let this go easily. He says that he wants to use this power for himself. Chiron says that he likes it and will keep a close eye on him from now on. As Chiron leaves, MC relaxes, as his knees were shaking. He thinks that he got through that safely. Attaining the right to use shadow energy freely is more than enough. But to think that father has expectations of him too is better than he expected. He remembers the lower gaze of Chiron in his past life, and thinks that this life really is completely different from his previous one. As they are departing, his sister Mary gives him a tiffin box, saying it's a special present from his older sister. She tells him to boil it well, eat it all, and get stronger quickly. MC wonders what it is. After some time, as they open it, MC realizes that it's a phoenix's heart. He is in disbelief that Mary would give this to a 7-year-old child. Mary, a 6-star knight and the 7th flag bearer of the Reincarnated family, is known as Wind Fury Mary. She also has another name that isn't well known, the Mad Woman of the South. The reason why his battle-crazed sister gave him something this precious is obvious: to tell him to hurry up and get strong so he can be her opponent. MC thinks that if eaten at a young age, one will not only become resistant to fire, but it's also an elixir that promotes growth. He realizes that a phoenix's heart was required for a 6-star mage to summon a phoenix safely in his previous life. In this life, he might even be able to summon a phoenix with his own hands. Gilly comes to serve it, saying that young lady Mary gave him such a great gift and he should please eat it before it gets cold. MC says yes, but before that, as his older brothers are drooling beside him, he asks them if they have something to say, and to say it quickly. They hesitated, saying that it looked like it was too much for him to eat. MC asks if they want to eat it that badly. As they start the nodding engine, MC says he would like them to do him a favor. The scene shifts as the twins are cursing out MC, saying that there's nothing here and why are they doing this. They wonder what would happen to them if someone found out that they dug this out. They say that they just need to eat the soup. They discuss the fact that the youngest is a little scary. The vibrations are going into a capsule-like structure where a person is in slumber. The scene shifts as the twin brothers enter the hall. MC greets them, saying that they got there rather quickly. The twins tell him to shut up, saying they did as he asked, and ask him to hand over the soup. MC says that he already put it on the table over there. They are shocked to see 2 teaspoons of phoenix soup. They grit their teeth to hold their anger, saying that it's too small. MC replies that he said he would give them some, but never specified how much. So he kept his promise and asked them to enjoy it. The scene shifts as MC reaches down the tunnel. He thinks that he thought they would do a half-hearted job. They actually did pretty well. For this thickness, he thinks 1-star magic should suffice. He was getting rather frustrated because his mana was building up with nothing to use it on. He casts a magic spell on it. MC says that he's finally here, the Reincarnated secret library. He never got a chance to come here in his previous life, so it feels weird for him to be here. He remembers his older brother saying that he needed to say a trigger phrase. He says, Reincarnated's family is here to console Murakami, and the door opened. The Reincarnated secret library is where the family stored their secret tomes, and entry is only permitted to the flag bearers of the family. He thinks that there was no point in him knowing about this place since he wasn't a flag bearer, but it turned out to be a great help. MC approaches a capsule to see a man captive there, in deep slumber. He realizes it's not a human and wonders why such a thing is here. He realizes it's the Black Dragon, Murakami. He had heard that the Black Dragon Moran was defeated by the founder and went into a deep slumber. He couldn't believe that the legend was true. He thinks that he doesn't have time for this and looks for the secret tomes. As he moves out, Murakami's fingers flicker slightly. MC thinks that there are secret tomes from all kinds of families here, and he will start off with the Kundan families since they were also a famous sword master family. He thinks it's pretty difficult, considering it's a 3-star magic theory. He would like to take them with him, but would get caught if he did that. So he decides to copy them every time he comes here. Days pass as MC continues to live and learning. One day, he feels a presence and thinks that no one from the storm castle would possibly enter. As he moves to the door, a scary person asks MC who he is. MC realizes it's Murakhan and wonders why Murakhan is alive, as he has never heard of Murakhan awakening in his past life. MC calms himself down, thinking that since Murakhan is their family's guardian dragon, maybe he will let him go if he shows respect and acts like a little child. MC greets him as the family's guardian. But Murakhan gets furiously angry, screaming that MC called him a mere guardian, and how dare the Run Candles teach their children that. Murakhan relaxes, thinking that he got caught up because he smelled something good, but all he can see is a child. Murakhan smells MC, saying that he can smell shadow energy upon him. He says that even though he's been asleep for the past 1,000 years, he can still remember that scent clearly. This distinct smell of shadow energy should only come from those under a contract like Temar. MC realizes that the reason Murakhan woke up is because of his shadow energy. MC thinks that he should test something out. He demonstrates his shadow energy, saying that his father told him this power is from the god of shadow, Soldaret. This petrifies Murakhan, can't believe it, and asks if Soldaret is serious, wondering if this little child is the contractor after the 1,000 years that he promised. After a brief pause, Murakhan tells MC that he actually made a promise with Soldaret, and it seems that MC is the person who needs to cooperate with him to keep the promise. He says he will fill MC in on the details later. But for now, he just woke up, but he can't think straight. He doesn't think MC will understand since he's too young, but he should at least introduce himself formally to Soldaret's contractor. Murakhan introduces himself as Soldaret's representative, his friend, and the last descendant of the first being created from shadows. He engulfs himself in black shadow, saying that according to the 1,000-year contract from now on, he will be by MC's side. Soldaret transforms into a gigantic dragon and asks MC to state his name as Soldaret's contractor. MC introduces himself as Jin Runkandel, the 13th and youngest child of the Runkandel family. Black Dragon Murakhan. The story of Murakhan Mountain is named after this dragon. Black Dragon Murakhan was a powerful ruler who reigned over that place long ago. However, Murakhan was bested in battle 1,000 years ago by the founder, Temar Runkandel. It is said that after giving up Murakhan Mountain and Storm Castle, he fell into a deep slumber. As MC knows, truth is that they weren't enemies. Instead, he was the founder's guardian dragon as well as a close friend. Those who have contracts with gods will normally also have a guardian dragon that will be with them. However, he was told nothing about the Soldaret guardian dragon, although it was his responsibility to do so. It makes sense now. It was because Murakhan had fallen into a deep slumber. Since Murakhan is now awake, does that mean he will get a guardian dragon as well? As MC enters the room, reporting to Murakhan that he is here, he offers him the pastries that his nanny packed for him. MC thinks that since he will be with Murakhan from now on, he should ask him anything he is curious about beforehand. Thus, after Murakhan's awakening, he continued to frequent the secret library for months. MC asked Murakhan about his fight with Tamar. Murakhan says that it was 1,000 years ago. How would he remember? MC thinks that he is certain of one thing about Murakhan. Murakhan asks if this is all of the strawberry pie, for which MC says that he and his strawberry pies go crazy over strawberry pies. Murakhan asks what he has been doing every time he comes here, for which MC says that he has been transcribing. If he took these tomes with him, he could get caught, so he copied everything down instead. Murakhan asks if he understands a bit, for which MC says about 30%, as he doesn't know about the rest. Murakhan asks him to relax, saying not to lose too much faith. That's a lot for someone his age. Other kids can't do that, and they are lazy. MC says that it's for normal kids as he's a Runkandel. This is normal to him. He has 12 older brothers and sisters. Not only that, but he also has a father, a mother, and the elders. If he wants to ruin those people, he has to work harder. MC asks Murakhan, if the founder read this, how much of the book would he understand? MC thinks that if he were to be compared to the strongest being in history, how would he fare right now? Murakhan says that he doesn't think he could even understand a single line in the book at his age. However, theory doesn't always translate to reality. He didn't read these books and still fought well. He has potential just like Temar did, but he is not as good as Temar. Shocking MC. MC says that then he can never become like the founder, for which Murakami says that he is a contractor of Soldaret, just like him, and he is smart enough to read those books. He is still young, so don't be so impatient and just try to train hard, and he will be able to be as strong as Tamar. Who knows? He could even surpass him. MC asks if that is really so, which Murakami says, Kss. Does he know what Soldaret's nickname is? It's infinite. Soldaret's power has no limit, so that means that he and his contractor have no limit as well. So don't be so glum and have more faith in yourself. Since he will teach him a new technique to make him feel better, MC asks what it is. Murakami says it's the shadow energy release. All beings who use shadow energy have to familiarize themselves with it, and this is the very foundation of utilizing shadow energy. However, it's incredibly dangerous to use it without learning it properly. So learn it carefully and slowly. MC says that he will do that and asks what he has to do next. Murakami says that first he has to learn how to form mana. MC asks why, as he thinks that he already did that so much in his past life. Murakami elaborates that the shadow release is forming his mana and moving it. He will likely have to practice this for 2 to 3 years. MC thinks that it's too late. Murakami taunts him, saying that he doesn't even know the basics, so he can't teach him anything too advanced. MC forms his mana in front of him and asks if he can teach him now. Seeing this, Murakami is deeply shocked and asks how he did that. MC says that he has just always been able to do that. Murakami asks if he knows how to move his mana. MC does it without any problem. Murakami can't believe it, as he says that only the most prodigious of geniuses could do this, and he sure is one amazing kid. He says that he will give him a sneak peek at what shadow release is like. MC gets happy. Murakami releases his shadow energy, saying that it is derived from the shadows. All the shadows in this world were born from Soldaret. He engulfs the whole room in his shadow, saying that Soldaret is the owner of all the shadows in the world, and he is the sole contractor of Soldaret. Murakami says that it means that he can also become the owner of all the world's shadows. Seeing the terrifying power of this, Murakami says that this is the shadow energy release. The scene shifts to the forest, as a soldier reports to Luna Reincarnated that they have finished up everything here, and after they clear 5 more areas, they will be able to complete the mission. Luna says that 4 months should be fine. She orders them to tell the knights to take a break. She asks for one more thing. What do 9-year-old kids usually like? Half a year after meeting Murakami, the Tona brothers turned 10 and left Storm Castle. MC turned 9 and was congratulated by Gilly. MC thanked her, asking if she would give some pies to everyone. She agreed. Meanwhile, Khan came in, apologizing for the sudden interruption. MC asked what it was, to which Khan replied that Mistress Luna had come to visit. Shocking MC, Luna Reincarnated, first flag bearer and the 9-star knight, is the firstborn of the 13 siblings. The white whale, Luna Reincarnated. Despite being the strongest of all the Reincarnated siblings, she had no interest in becoming matriarch, and had stepped away from the dirty fight known as the succession. She was truly a lone white whale that acts alone. Because of this, Luna Nim never showed interest in any of the siblings, and it would be more fitting to describe their relationship as strangers rather than family. That's how distant they were. Yet that very sister decided to come to Storm Castle without any prior notice. MC thought, did something big happen to their family? That's not it. Has she found out that he went to the secret library? MC greeted Luna, saying that if he had known, he would have dressed more appropriately to meet him. MC was puzzled as Luna patted him, saying, "What a cute thing. Is there a need to give any prior notice just to see her younger brother?" She asked if he looked a little out of sorts, and if he was feeling well. MC said he was a bit nervous, as this was his first time seeing her so close. He thought he was on edge for some reason. Luna thought about the Reincarnated family tradition for siblings to keep each other in check, steal from, and trample on one another. She asked if MC thought she was here to keep him in check. Something. She gritted her teeth, saying that it seemed that he lacked consideration. He may be young, but she seemed to have momentarily forgotten he was a Reincarnated. She apologized, bending down to MC, saying she would like to speak with him in private, and asking if she may dismiss his nanny and guardian knights for a while. MC agreed, thinking that even though he didn't know the reason for this, it didn't seem like a bad situation. In the room, Luna said the reason she came to see him so suddenly was because she had something to say. When their father came to visit him last time, the behavior he displayed attracted the attention of all the other siblings. This meant that the moment he left Storm Castle, all of their siblings would be keeping a close watch on him. Luna asked MC if he hoped not to lose his own happiness by getting himself involved in the family fight. She sincerely hoped that he would not suffer from the Reincarnated's dirty succession battle. MC was puzzled, thinking, was the reason Luna gave up on being the matriarch of the family merely because of this? If she didn't want him to get involved in the sibling rivalry, why did she never warn him even once in his past life? Was it because he wasn't even worth giving such a warning to, or because the other siblings did not see him as competition at all? MC told her he was ever grateful for her words, but he had absolutely no intention of sitting out in this fight. Luna tried to dissuade him, saying she was serious and not just saying this because she thought he would compete against her. MC said he knew, but he had already been through an assassination attempt, petrifying Luna. She questioned it, unable to believe it. MC said that was why he absolutely could not back down from this fight. Luna, with her anger, leaked out her terrifying aura as she asked who dared to try such a thing in Storm Castle. She asked which sibling tried to kill him. MC said he could not disclose that information. Rather, to be precise, he hadn't uncovered their identity yet. Besides, even though they attempted to kill him, he was fine. He said he was very thankful to have learned today that not all of his siblings hated him. Luna hugged MC, saying it meant he had already gotten involved in the dirty family battle. This saddened her so much. MC thought Luna was such a tender-hearted person. He patted her, saying not to be so sad. Luna said today was a joyous occasion, so they shouldn't just talk about such things. Today was his birthday, and she was actually here to give him a birthday gift. She presented him with a pendant, asking him to sit facing away for a moment. She told him that just one time, if he came across a situation too tough for him to handle, he should break the blue gem on the pendant. Then, no matter what, she would come to him. She reminded him not to forget to have it on him at all times. She wished him a happy birthday. They had fun at the party, while Gilly was happy. After some time, Luna bid farewell. As MC reached the secret library, Murakami was surprised to see what was around his neck. MC said he got it as a birthday gift. Murakami was shivering, saying that person must really love him to give him something like this. It was an artifact of Demon King Orgel. Just 1,000 years ago, countless people risked their lives to get their hands on just one of his artifacts. MC asked if it was that amazing, to which Murakami said, "Of course. It gives resistance to magic attacks of 5 stars and below, as well as enhances various magical abilities. He bet it had summoning abilities too." MC said Murakami seemed to know quite a lot about it, to which Murakami replied it was because they were alive during the same period. MC gave strawberry pies to Murakami. Murakami asked if this was from the person with the strong energy who came just now. MC informed him that it was his eldest sister who came by. He asked if Murakami sensed her energy all the way from here, which Murakami said of course, and that his sister probably sensed his energy as well, shocking MC. MC was puzzled that she wouldn't tell his family. Murakami said she was someone who gave him such a valuable gift, and wouldn't tell on her youngest brother and leave him to die. He said MC could trust that sister of his. The scene shifted to Luna, who said that sure enough, she could sense a strong energy that was not there before. If the little one was preparing something, she should pretend not to know anything. But she prayed for MC to remember one thing. Whatever he did, whatever he became, she would always be by his side. The time in Storm Castle that he thought would be boring brought him many things. Chiron Runcandel's acknowledgement and expectations, the phoenix heart that he received from Mary Nim, a relationship with Luna Nim, and he even met the guardian dragon Murakami. These are things that he could never have even dreamed of having in his past life. Now he is 10 years old. He has started his preparations to leave Storm Castle and head to the main castle. As he's having a fist spar with Khan, Khan thinks that, as expected, no wonder he caught the Patriarch's interest. Although he was on the assessing side when he was training with the others, his gaze tells him that, rather, he is the one who is assessing his teaching abilities. Khan asks him to stop here for today. He says that it has been a great honor to be able to teach him. There's not much time left until he leaves Storm Castle, but he promises to give him the best training possible with no mistakes. MC says that he will be in his care until then. The scene shifts as MC puts his finger into the candle. Gilly asks if that is not hard for him, to which MC says that it just feels like warm water now. Gilly says that she's glad Lady Mary's gift is working wonders, as she has only ever heard of the Phoenix Heart, has never seen its effects. MC thinks that he has absorbed around half of it, and it will be fully absorbed within a few years. Gilly tells MC that they will be leaving the castle bright and early tomorrow, so she asks him to tell him in advance if he needs anything, and MC informs her that just the books are fine. Gilly says that she will prepare strawberry pie for him as a snack for today. Suddenly, MC says that he's going for a short stroll. As he reaches the secret library, he tells Murakhan that if he remembers, they will be leaving the castle tomorrow. Murakhan says, of course, that he has no idea how long he has waited for this day. MC asks how he is going to follow him, to which Murakhan says not to sweat the small stuff. He's a legendary dragon, and no matter how weak he has become, this is nothing. He will follow him in such a way that no one will notice him. MC asks why Murakhan hasn't told him something so important about becoming weak. Murakhan calls him a brat, saying he thinks he would be fine after doing nothing but sleeping for 1,000 years. MC asks if he will be able to regain his powers, to which Murakhan says of course he will become stronger as MC does since he's his guardian dragon. He asks MC to hurry up and become a strong magic swordsman like Temar. MC asks about the Runkandel family originally being a magic swordsman family, realizing he heard it from Saldaret in his past life. Barely anyone knows this fact anymore. Murakhan explains that the reason why the current Runkandel rejects magic and chases only the peak of swordsmanship is due to the humiliating vow that was established 1,000 years ago. Although they still worship him as a guardian of the family, he's sure they would feel troubled if he were to actually appear before them. MC asks what Murakhan's going to do about someone finding out when they come to the library and see nothing there. Murakhan says he can just make an illusion with dragon magic. MC asks what if even that fails, which Murakhan gets angry, saying he is the dragon of shadows and knows illusions are a piece of cake. He hasn't fully regained his strength, so maintaining it for a long time would be difficult. He will push himself however hard he needs to until MC has grown up. MC thanks him and says he actually brought him something special today. A pie made from the first strawberries of the year and some alcohol he sneaked. Murakhan gets overjoyed. MC asks him not to get drunk and start making weird illusions. Murakhan jokingly suggests introducing MC to his strawberry pie, to which MC says he will think about it. The next day, Gilly warns MC that he can't expect a quiet and relaxing life, similar to the one he has lived in Storm Castle in the main castle. He will be much busier. MC says he's well aware and will do his best in the main castle. A couple of guards come in, introducing themselves as Jerome and Holtz, and saying they will safely escort him to the Garden of Swords. MC says he will be in their care as he boards the carriage. On October 30th, 1790, he is finally leaving Storm Castle to head to Runkandel's main estate, Garden of Swords. As they embark on the journey, Gilly says that it's snowing and it looks like it will pile up in no time. They should stop by a nearby village and wait until it stops. If there is a lot of snow, they won't be able to use the teleportation gate. Suddenly, the carriage is attacked. The guards say it's an ambush and ask them to be on standby inside the carriage. Gilly takes on MC, saying it will be safe and not to worry as the knights are 7-star guardian knights and she is with him. There are about 20 enemies, some mages and warriors, and possibly archers too. She doesn't think there is anyone above 7 stars. Jerome and Holtz are fighting right now. MC flinches, thinking they need to get off the carriage right now. The Runkandel Guardian Knights, under no circumstances, must leave a Runkandel unattended. One of them must be by his side. Gilly notes this. As MC says, that means one of them is a traitor or a fake. There might be some hidden equipment within this carriage, and they need to get out right now. Gilly grits her teeth, saying she understands. For now, she will protect him, the young master, as a member of Runkandel. She asks him to please understand if she goes a bit overboard as she unsheathes her weapon. They successfully jump off the carriage and run. Gilly says she will receive punishment as soon as they arrive back at the estate. MC says now is not the time to be thinking about it. He says, let's go to where both of them are, as he needs to confirm something. The people they are fighting might actually be their allies. If the attackers are after him, then now would be the best time to kill him, since he just got out of the carriage. But it's so quiet that it's strange. Gilly agrees. As they move ahead, a couple of soldiers distant from them say they have orders to find Jin Runkandel. MC says, as expected. Gilly notes symbols of a demon and black Sakura, the Yuta family from the Mattel family and the missionary group, the Black King's sword. One of the mages finds Gilly and MC and confirms Jin Runkandel's presence. They tell everyone that protecting Jin Runkandel is their priority. A knight introduces himself as Mureka, Black King's sword's captain. He says they have come to rescue Jin Runkandel on a request from the Runkandels. Gilly calls out to the fake knights, asking how dare they mess with the young master. MC realizes they weren't traitors but fakes. If they really were 7-star knights, there's no way they would have struggled against these people. As they surround the fakes, Gilly demands to know who they are, their purpose, and who they're working for. The knight says he won't tell a dog about Runkandel. MC says to kill one and cut an arm off the other, then bring him. Gilly agrees, dashing towards one person and chopping him into pieces. She cuts off the other's arms to apprehend him and drags him towards MC. MC says it seems their master underestimated their opponents too much. To become a nanny of Runkandel, one must be a warrior of 7 stars and above. If he wanted to assassinate a child of Runkandel, he should have sent at least 3 or 4 8-star knights. The knight screams that this is just a warning that the reign of Runkandel will come to an end. MC says there's something he wants too. He doesn't want the reign of Runkandel, but the reign of Jin Runkandel to begin. This angers the knight, who shouts to praise the great Zippel. MC recognizes the family as the renowned mage family that rules the other half of this world. Contrary to Runkandel, who pursues the ultimate sword, Zippel pursues the pinnacle of magic. 1,000 years ago, after the founder of Runkandel died, Zippel imposed a humiliating vow to ban magic throughout Runkandel, and all the magical abilities of Runkandel were sealed. For Runkandel, Zippel is an enemy of 1,000 years. MC says he was wondering who was behind this, considering they did something as daring as this, but it was just a follower of Zippel. He asks Gilly to throw this guy away nearby as he's not worth interrogating. Of course, Runkandel is a lifelong enemy for Zippel as well, as they continue to terrorize Runkandel. But what happened today is not how Zippel handled things. It seems like their followers did whatever they pleased. MC thinks something is not right. No matter how sophisticated their disguise was, it is difficult to deceive the eyes of a 7-star warrior. He gets a gut feeling that Hoddard was involved in this. After taking care of the traitor, Gilly says she has taken care of it as per MC's orders. MC asks the knight if he said he was the Black King Squad's captain, which the knight confirms. MC says he was able to escape successfully, because they diverted their attention away from him. As soon as they arrive at Runkandel Castle, he will make sure to report on the help he has provided. Family will be sure to reward him handsomely. He says he will be counting on him until they reach the teleportation gate, to which the captain says he will do his best. The captain thinks that this kid, even if he's a Runkandel, is only just 10 years old. But he's already that confident and dignified. Maybe what he said about the beginning of Jin Runkandel reign wasn't just a child's rambling. He asks his soldiers to be careful how they act, until they reach the teleportation gate and refrain from speaking carelessly, which his soldiers nonchalantly taunt him, saying, "What kind of nonsense order is that? Since when did we care about such stuff?" For which the captain orders them to do as he said. Suddenly Gilly asks the captain if they can depart now, and the knights agree. As they are walking, the captain asks if it's alright to leave those fake ones, to which MC says it's fine. Whether they are found alive or dead, it will make good examples for their comrade. He compliments Gilly for it. Gilly says that in about 2 hours, they will be reaching a village. MC says they will have to wait there for the snow to stop. He tells Gilly not to worry about what happened regarding the escort, as it's not her fault. Even Khan, who is a 9-star knight, didn't realize what was happening. It would be harder for her, a 7-star warrior, to notice anything amiss. MC thinks about how Gilly is still the same as before. As a nanny of the Runcandle family, her fate is bound to the child she's in charge of. In his previous life, Gilly was also his nanny. But because he was useless, she was scorned and despised as well. Yet Gilly never once resented him for that. On the day he was banished from the Runcandle family, Gilly was also banished with him, apologizing for not having served him well. MC doesn't want to be harsh on her, but things are different from his previous life. Gilly needs to strengthen her resolve. When Gilly says she will gladly receive any punishment, MC scolds her, saying not to belittle herself. It's an order. While she's his nanny, she's also the only guardian knight he has right now. If she lets such a trivial matter bother her, there will be problems in the future. As Gilly says that she will rectify that, Gilly thinks that the young master cares for her to such an extent, saying all this for her sake, so she has to get it together so that she doesn't worry him any further. As she is in high spirits, MC thinks with relief that she looks cheered up. As they are entering the inn, MC thinks about the fake guardian knights. If he's right, there's a high chance that person is involved, the transformation sorcerer Bubar Gasta. Transformation is something dragons are good at, but even dragons aren't able to perform a perfect transformation. Bubar was the only existence that could perform a perfect transformation, and use that ability to commit numerous crimes, plunging the world into chaos. MC enters the room, thinking that if Bubar is indeed involved, this has just gotten very complicated. In his previous life, when he turned 20, Bubar was arrested by Bement's Special Affairs Division. Even if he turned him into an ally, he might come in handy, but he's got no reason to take in a guy who pointed his sword at him before Bubar creates more trouble. As MC feels sleepy, Gilly says she will be standing guard outside to see MC fallen asleep. After some time, as MC gets awake from the noise of the window by a noisy black cat, MC thinks that it's so noisy and wonders if he fell asleep. He thinks that, even though he has trained numerous times in Stormcastle previously, he guesses he's still too tired for a 10-year-old body. As the black cat is growling more and more, MC thinks, "What's that sound?" Seeing a standing kitten outside, he's too shocked to believe it. He remembers that Murakhan had told him he would disguise himself perfectly. He shivers from the unbelievable fact as he realizes Murakhan said he was going to hide and follow him, and he meant to do that by becoming a cat. As Murakhan is hissing towards MC, MC opens the window, saying that he was just surprised because he wasn't expecting him to be in this form. As Murakhan gets inside, MC says that he thought he would disguise himself as one of his servants, like a horseman or something. Murakhan transforms back, saying that if he did that, the knights in MC's family would all notice him, and does MC know how difficult it was for him as he followed him. Murakhan stumbles upon the broken wood and falls off, making a huge noise. Gilly opens the door, asking what's the matter. She sees Murakhan in great pain and screams, asking how he got to the young master. She apprehends Murakhan, saying, "Tell me everything before I rip you into 1,000 pieces." Murakhan cries out in pain. MC, not believing what is happening, asks Gilly to stop. As Murakhan hears the word Gilly, he gets romantic. He calls Gilly his strawberry pie, saying that they finally met, creeping Gilly out. MC thinks that they are screwed now, and wonders how he will solve this situation.